We're here today with actor Carl Lumbly. He is the character Isaiah Bradley in the new film Captain America, Brave New World. Carl, how you doing today?
I'm well. Is this Dustin?
This is Dustin. It's great to be speaking with you. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure, man.
You're in the new film Captain America, Brave New World. How has it been for you to be back here as the character of Isaiah Bradley?
It's quite a ride. When I did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was a television series, was the first time Isaiah had been introduced, and I learned about him when I first started doing that. This is a character from the Marvel world who had been a super soldier, had gone through a series of challenges and difficulties and been imprisoned for decades. And Sam Wilson, who at the time played Falcon, finds out about his story and brings him out into the world and makes sure that he is recognized for what he did as a super soldier back in the day. So now in this film, Isaiah is in the world, and Sam Wilson is Captain America, and America is in need. And so my character is a part of that story.
As you mentioned, the first time we saw him on Disney Plus, and it's got to be great for you now to take this character onto the big screen here.
It's a wonderful feeling. I think the reaction of the Marvel fans in the generality has been very gratifying, and I was excited to see it happen. It takes a while for these things to get made, and seeing it and experiencing those things that I expected and those things that I didn't know about, that our directors and our other cast members put together, was a thrill, a real thrill, and then the biggest thrill being the reaction of audiences.
Well, Carl, I know you've been involved in a handful of other comic book movies and shows. As a guy who's been acting a long time, I mean, are you surprised at how comic book characters have kind of dominated really films and television over the past 20 years or so?
I guess I'm not exactly surprised. I mean, even though I wasn't allowed to read comic books when I was young, it's all literature. And in fact, perhaps comic books more importantly, because they may get to people who wouldn't sit down and read a novel. And it's active. I think it's very visual. Comic books are like little movies. You do your own sound score, I suppose, in your head. And so I think it's a natural fit for film to pick up on comic book heroes and on that genre. So I guess my answer is no. I'm not surprised. I suppose nothing can prepare you for how thoroughly people who live in, say, the Marvel world or the DC world, how encyclopedic they are about what goes on in those worlds.
Sure.
That was a surprise.
Again, Carl Lumbly's with us, so we're talking about the new film Captain America, Brave New World. And Carl, I know you are from our neck of the woods here on Minneapolis. How did you make your way from Minnesota to Hollywood? That's not a story a lot of people around here have.
Well, I left Minnesota in the winter and drove as fast as I could to someplace warmer, which was San Francisco. I had, before I left Minnesota, I was working at a place called Dudley Riggs Brave New Workshop. And that had sort of been a happy accident. I had gone there for one purpose. I ended up being auditioned. I ended up being cast, and I was there for maybe a couple years, and decided to move to San Francisco to follow a girlfriend. And when I got out there, I got an opportunity to audition for something, and at that point, I guess I had been bitten, whether I knew it or not. I really enjoyed being on a stage and being part of language that was telling a story. And it just captured me, and I try to do it as often as I can.
Well, you've done so many different types of roles in your career and long-running TV shows as well. I know M.A.N.T.I.S, Cagney Lacey. I mean, looking at your resume, you've really done a bit of everything over the years.
Well, what happens is you do a little bit every year, and then after you have amassed as many years as I have, it's a lot more. So it's, I would say, as I look back on it, it doesn't feel like a lot until you see it in aggregate, and then you realize, wow, I've been out here, and I've been fortunate, because all I really wanted to do was stand on a stage and interpret somebody else's text for an audience of people. And so I get to do that in many different forms, and my resume tells the tale.
Well, again, the new Captain America film is just out here, but are you working on anything else, or maybe another project we should be on the lookout for?
Well, I was fortunate enough to be a part of what I think is going to be quite an amazing film coming up from a director named Mike Flanagan, and the project is Life of Chuck, based on a Stephen King short story that I believe is coming early this summer, maybe end of May, beginning of June, and then other than that, I continue to write a project. It has been years in the making, as they say, for the stage. I want to do a one-man show on James Baldwin, and that is my bucket list.
Excellent. Well, yeah, hopefully that comes to pass here. And Carl, it's been great speaking with you. I'm excited for the stuff you've got coming up, and of course, Captain America: Brave New World. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dustin. Good day.
And again, that was actor Carl Lumbly, and he is in the new film Captain America: Brave New World, in theaters now.